Hi there, Jamie Coker, pregnancy and postpartum fitness specialist with Legacy Physical Therapy. And I'm talking to you guys today, primarily women in this live, but for some of the men out there, there may be some tips of information that could be helpful for you too. But today I am talking about 5 training mistakes that women make. And as a person who's been in the health and fitness industries for well over a decade, I see a lot of mistakes women make in not reaching their goals. And it's really affecting their ability to reach their goals. So I want to share my top 5 tips for you guys so that you know when you go into any health, fitness training program that you try to avoid making these same mistakes that I've seen a lot of other women make in the past. So my first tip and biggest mistake that I see a lot of women make is that they are not doing a long enough warm up. And so what happens is a lot of women tend to skip warming up and they just ignore it because it's, they only have so much time to work out. They don't think it's that important. And what ends up happening is that it ends up injuring them, or it can affect the quality of their workout if they don't warm up enough. So warming up has many benefits. It increases the blood flow to the muscles. It gets them ready to go. It increases your core temperature of your body so that you can get the best out of your workout that you want to. The thing that I focus on in my training is that I really want women to do their warm up so that they not only get all those benefits, but they also establish a connection to their body before they get into the workout. So in my training, either one-on-one with me or my group classes, we do what I call the core connection start in our class. And so we connect to our deep core muscles, and then that way then they can continue to work those muscles and keep that mind-body connection as they are going through their workout just to better the results of their workout. So it's really important to warm up, to increase blood flow, reduce injury, and get you the best out of your workout that you can. The next thing that I see a lot of women do is that they don't lift heavy enough. And this is, I think, one of the big things that women do because we're afraid to lift heavy because we don't want to bulk up. We don't want big muscles. We want that lean kind of stature, or at least that's what I'm hearing a lot of women want. So heavy enough is something that I think a lot of women steer clear of, or too heavy is what they steer clear of. And what is heavy enough is 100% dependent on where you are in your health and fitness journey. So if you are just starting out and you've never strength trained before or lifted a weight before, body weight might be where you need to start, and that's heavy enough for you. If you're a trained athlete, you might need to lift heavier weights to get the benefit out of the strength training that you are actually doing. So the term heavy enough is just basically independent of each person and where they are in their journey. Now, I will say this with a caveat. If you are pregnant and you are postpartum, like early postpartum, heavy lifting is probably not something that you should be pushing. So one thing that I recommend women do outside of pregnancy and postpartum is to progressively load their body and progressively increase their weights, because that's going to build strength. Overall, it's going to just be better for progressing your fitness if you progressively load your body. Now, during pregnancy and postpartum, it's not the time to progressively overload your body. So it's really important that you are smart about your training when you are pregnant, and you might actually have to modify or scale back the weights that you are using during those times because it's appropriate for where you are. A trainer of mine actually said to me, and this is, I think, really important when you are pregnant and postpartum, trainer of mine said recently, start where you are, not where you were. So if you were a lifter before you got pregnant or you had your baby, you have to really think about where you are right now and what is best fit for you right now, not where you used to be. So lifting heavy enough is, yes, important for those of you who are not pregnant and not postpartum. So, where you're at and progressively loading your body with more and more weights is going to be beneficial for you. But if you're pregnant and postpartum, I would modify that to just kind of meeting your body and the demands of where it is at that moment, okay? We want to be safe and smart about our weightlifting. But ladies, do not fear those weights. There's a lot of benefit to those weights. All right, that's my soapbox. All right. Third tip for you guys is not resting between sets. So there's this, there's a lot of different ways you can work out and a lot of different ways you can strength train. And HIIT style training is really, really popular right now. But even in HIIT training, there's appropriate times to take a break. So your program should not look like pounding your body with weights and impact for 45 straight minutes. You should at least be getting a few moments to breathe here and there so that you give your muscles the adequate time to recover before moving on to the next exercise. So an effective workout doesn't have to look like crazy lifting, crazy jumping, crazy intensity for a straight period of time. What it should look like is kind of a roller coaster of lifting or activity followed by rest. Lifting and activity followed by rest, okay? When you rest, you are giving your muscles the time to take a break so that they have the stamina to continue to do the rest of the workout, whatever that looks like for you, okay? So generally, I feel like the vast majority of women are exercising to a kind of moderate intensity, and usually 30 to 90 seconds is appropriate as a break somewhere during your strength training or your sets or your reps of whatever you're doing. So don't forget to give yourself a break because you need small breaks through your workout to get the best workout possible. The fourth tip I have for you ladies is not doing the right type of program for your goals. So if you're like me, and I do this too, is that sometimes I'll just decide, oh, I'm going to do spinning one day and I'm going to do yoga the next day and I'm going to do strength training the next day. And I just kind of throw in the spattering of exercise. And while that's totally fine, because I truly believe that any type of movement is good movement, if you have specific goals, so if you want to lose weight, you want to strengthen, you want to work on endurance, you want to rehab your core, you are going to have to design a program or need somebody to design a program for you that is targeted towards those specific goals, okay? And so that's why working with a trained professional who understands your goals and knows how to develop a program for you based on those goals is really, really important. So yes, all movement is good, but if you have a specific goal in mind, you are going to need a specific program tailored to that goal so that you can get the most out of your workouts to meet that goal, okay? And that looks different for everybody. So my advice is just to seek out a trained personal trainer, physical therapist, somebody who knows enough about what your goal is and can help you meet that goal, okay? The last tip that I have as far as things I notice women do wrong in their training is that they train through pain or other symptoms. And it's truly, the no pain, no gain truly does not, there's not a lot of truth to that. Some people find that motivating. I think it's wrong to say no pain, no gain. So if you are having a pain when you work out, and I'm talking a pain that sends off danger signals in your body, not my muscle's sore, it's feeling worked, it's burning. Those are good muscle work kind of pains. I'm talking a alert, ouch, this hurts pain. You need to really stop and reassess what you're doing. So I'm not saying you have to stop exercising completely. So let's say a squat hurts your knees when you perform that movement. Maybe you need to adjust the way you're squatting. Maybe you need to adjust the weight that you're using. Maybe you need to do a completely different squat, okay? Or a completely different leg movement. So adjust what you're doing versus eliminate or completely stop exercising when you have pain. If you continue to have pain during your workouts and you can't make it through your workout, different story. But if you're having pain on and off, it's a signal that something is not working right and you shouldn't push through it. Okay, so don't push through pain. The other thing I see women do, and this is really common during pregnancy and postpartum, is that they will push through symptoms like bladder leakage and heaviness in the pelvic and perineal regions. If you are leaking urine when you're exercising, or you feel like everything is going to fall out of your vagina, you are doing incorrect exercise and you're not getting really any benefit out of doing that form of exercise because you're having that symptom. So if you're jumping and you're leaking, or you are lifting heavy and you're having this sensation that things are falling out, your program needs to be adjusted and modified so that you can eliminate those symptoms. It's not it's not something to, celebrate and, just pat yourself on the back that you've leaked because you've lifted so heavy. It's not the time to do that, okay? Those are symptoms that are telling you that your body cannot withstand the activity that you're doing. Now, I will say that there's something you can do about that. So if you're having those symptoms, pain, leaking, pelvic heaviness, or pressure, you really want to seek out a trained professional to help you adjust your programming so you can treat those symptoms and then get back to exercising the way you want. So working with a pregnancy and postpartum fitness specialist, and actually I say and because I think it's and it's important to work with both, and a physical therapist who is trained in women's health and pelvic therapy can be really, really helpful if you're experiencing those symptoms while you exercise. So pushing through pain, letting yourself have massive bladder leakage or even just minor bladder leakage, symptoms of pelvic heaviness, just not normal. And I would really go ahead and seek out some treatment for those things so you can exercise the way that you want. Because ultimately, all of these mistakes definitely get in the way of an effective workout, but we don't want them to get in the way of your workouts. We want you to be training and exercising the way you want for as long as you want, symptom-free and problem-free. So if you have any questions, you can always drop a comment below. Here at Legacy Physical Therapy, we're really, really passionate about helping women exercise the way that they want, symptom-free and just enjoying life. So if you have any questions about training, physical therapy, the symptoms you're experiencing with your program, drop a comment below, give us a call. We're happy to help you out. We have all the resources that you need here.